Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I assume that you know why I'm filming this video based on the title and the thumbnail. We got engaged in Paris. I know that I didn't include it on the vlog, but I made this cute little short clip that I'm gonna put right here from Paris, and then I'm gonna tell you like a little bit more about like the story and the plans and what changes. So enjoy the little Paris clip.
Is everything pale and cold? Can't seem to pick up my phone. It's been ringing all day long. Behind these clouds, I know the sun will be, but today's raining, so be patient with me. I'll be right. Somehow I must be somewhere the sky is blue. I'm too tired to sleep, too tired to do anything else than doing nothing. I'm too tired to rest, too tired, I'm blue. Can't do nothing else than doing nothing. Inside my room, the heat's like a warm embrace. My bed feels like heaven.
I know that I vlogged and everything, but when it happened, I was just not expecting it at all, that I decided to not include it on the vlog and like process it like ourselves and not like let everyone know right away. So I'm gonna tell you how it happened and what changes on the plans and everything. But basically, I've been with my boyfriend for 7 years. We started dating in 2015 and since then we've been together. So I had no idea that it was coming. I had no idea that it was going to happen. This has been something that had always been like a very open conversation between us, and I knew that it was eventually going to happen, but certainly not on this trip. He always told me that he would never ever propose to me in Paris because it was very cliche. So believe me when I tell you that it never went through my mind. He proposed to me like the first night that we were in Paris, and after that like I was very emotional. Like being together for 7 years, I've been thinking about this moment for probably more than 4 years. We've been living together for like 5 years already. We have a dog together. We moved overseas, so of course we had these conversations quite often. He always told me that it was going to be a surprise, and I always told him that I didn't want to know when it was going to happen. I wanted it to be a surprise. But for the past 2 years he had already been looking like at wedding venues. Like I don't know, like the wedding conversation had always been like part of our, not day to day, but it would eventually come up. I definitely wanted to wait to like post it or share. Of course I wanted to share, like all of you guys have been with me for more than half of my relationship with Polo. Many of you know him. This is something that I want to share. I still don't know many things, but I wanted to wait because for me the fact that I'm engaged, it took a lot of time for me to actually process it correctly. Like I was definitely not expecting it at all. So when it happened, I had no idea when he got the ring, how he exactly knew what I wanted, and why was he proposing in Paris. So I'm gonna tell you my side of how things happened, and then I'm gonna ask Polo to come. He's working right now, but he's gonna sit and like tell you everything. But for me, there were no signs. Polo's family came for the holidays. As usual, Polo's mom was talking about it here and there, but this was very common throughout the years. Like this was like, oh, when are you getting married, and oh, we want grandchildren and blah blah blah. Like that was always part of the conversation, but not much. What I don't know how I didn't see is when I told Polo like I wanted to go to Paris, he didn't want to go before his parents came. Like he didn't want to go beginning of December. He wanted to go after December, like January, after his parents left. So for me that was just like, oh, he wants to be practical and like he doesn't want to travel before they arrive because we need to get things done, blah blah blah. I of course didn't know that he was waiting for them to bring the ring. I do have to give credit to everyone that knew, that told nothing about it to me. So when we were planning Paris, he was just like, let's book a very nice hotel, just enjoy your stay. Don't even bring your laptop, you're not not gonna work, and he planned everything. Like, this is normal in our relationship. He's the one who usually plans the trips and I just like go along, like I follow him. So we arrived the first night and I was very tired. We woke up at 5 a.m. and he was insisting, like what you're gonna see on the first vlog is a little bit of a mix, because we arrived and we stayed there for like half a day and then it was like a full day that I vlogged. So I put the first half of the day on the other day, like kind of like a mix, so you could see a little bit of the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre and what we did here and there. But the first day that we arrived, we went to have dinner with Vincent and Margot, which are our friends. They are from Paris but they live here in Barcelona. And when we were there, I was already quite tired. I didn't even want to drink much wine. I woke up 5 a.m. and I went to bed like at 2. I just had 3 hours of sleep. I would love to just go sleep at the hotel and tomorrow we can have like a recharged day. And he was like, no, it's our first night here, let's go and see the Eiffel Tower. Like when they turn it on and it's all sparkly, he went to go and see that. And I was like, yeah, that's fair, I always want to go and see that. And at first what I thought was like, I'm tired but I'm gonna be grateful that we came, so that's why he's pushing me. I don't know, like my thought process was that we were walking around and he waited for like the street to be quite empty and he was like, oh perfect, let's take some pictures. He told me to stand up and take pictures like we always do, and then he told me to take some from the back, so I turned around and then he said like, okay, now like take pictures like if you're turning around. And when I turned around, he was on one knee, and after that I kind of have a blackout of what happened. And I remember that I asked him if it was for real and also where did you even get this ring. So it turns out that he had been carrying the ring with him the entire day and I didn't even feel it. I don't know, it was very crazy. I know that many people think like, oh, I'm going to Paris, this is probably gonna be our engagement trip, but we've been to Paris so many times over the past couple of years. He specifically said that he was not gonna do it there, so I've been able to process that I'm engaged. Like for me it's a very, very big deal. Like this means that he's gonna become my family and his family is gonna be my family too. That I get to plan a wedding. I still, like, everyone's gonna ask me about the wedding. We're gonna talk about it with Paula, but I don't have it very clear. I also went to film this video when I was like a little bit more calm because I didn't want to cry. I've been crying a lot in the past couple of weeks. It was very hard to hide it on the vlog, but at the same time, I don't know, I want it to be like its separate thing. I don't know if it makes sense for everyone. He also didn't film anything at all of the proposal. He's the type of person that he's always like, he wants to keep it like things to ourselves in our memories. He's always asking me to put the phone down and see and experience things. So there's no video. We managed to like make like a little clip that I'm gonna post on Instagram, probably like a reel. But from the exact moment, we always agreed that we didn't want like a photographer or anything. Like this is just kind of for us. But yeah, I'm gonna ask Polo to come and tell his side of everything. Okay, so Polo is here.
Hi.
Hi. Happy that you're here to tell everyone how you planned it.
My story.
Your side of the story.
My side of the story, yes.
Yes. I also am interested to like hear a bigger explanation of everything. Why would you always say that you were never going to propose in Paris?
Well, I think it's very cliche, but I know that you like cliche things, so yeah. I know that you would love to be proposed in Paris, so yeah. I did it that way for you.
Cliche, like my dream wedding, I have 2 movies in my head.
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia and Cards to Juliet. So I would love to get married like in either Italy, Greece, France, maybe Spain. So we still don't know about it, but the story of the ring I think is what people are gonna like the most because it's what made me cry the most, yeah. I guess. So
I had to go back to Mexico when, well, we first arrived to Barcelona and I had to go back to Mexico to do something about my papers. When I was in Mexico, like I was talking to my mom and we were like, yeah, maybe we should start like actively thinking about getting engaged. And I remember we were like having lunch, just my mom and I at the club, and then just like my aunt and my cousin Carminia just were sitting next to us and we were, oh yeah, so we are planning to go and buy a ring. And Carminia, my cousin, was like, oh, I have a really nice jeweler. It's
a hard word for me.
Well, there's a lady that makes rings in Mexico, so she passed me the contact, and well, I contacted her and I was like, oh, I want like this ring on this specific stone like shape, oval ring. And like she just sent me a picture like, oh, I'm really busy but I have this and we can talk later by WhatsApp. And I saw the ring. It's a nice ring. So then we agreed to meet like next day. I think it was a Saturday, I think. But with my parents and Geraldine, we decided to, before go see that lady, to go and see other rings, like other store, and we got recommendations of jewelries, but we couldn't find like the exact ring because all of them were like the regular diamond shape, like the round ring. And we saw actually a really nice one, an emerald cut. We knew that it wasn't the perfect fit for you, so we gave the coins to the jeweler and she used them to make the ring. And that's why my parents brought the ring on Christmas, because we waited, so she had to change it.
I had
and,
no idea that this was going on. Like, zero clue. That's why he waited. I think he were planning to do it since October, probably.
Yeah, and I wanted to bring the ring back with me, but was impossible because it has to be made on yellow gold, and that's why I waited until Paris.
He had the entire trip planned as an engagement trip, and I had no clue that it was an engagement trip. I just thought that we were like silly going to Paris. And if you want to laugh, where did you hit the ring while you proposed?
Like, it was like 3 weeks, I think, no, or less, that I had the ring here. And I hid it in the kitchen.
Because I don't cook.
And I hid it like on a top shelf, so you
because I'm
couldn't-
short.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, and I remember that when we were packing, I was putting everything inside the duvel. You saw that pack with me, and he was like, I want to bring an extra pair of socks on the plane, and I was like, it's a 1-hour flight. Why do you want to bring an extra pair of socks? And he was like, sometimes I like to change socks mid-flight. And I was like, that's a lie, because you've never done it in 7 years. You've never changed your socks mid-flight. And I was so close to opening the socks because he was planning to hide the ring box inside the socks.
Yeah, because I couldn't put it on the checked bag.
Yeah, no, you cannot check
No,
that.
but at the end I put it like on my coat, on the inside pocket, and when I took it out to go through security, I put it just on the X-ray machine, and that's it. And
So-
you never notice, like, the whole day I had the ring on my pocket,
And
it
I
was
was
a big
hugging
box.
him.
Yeah, and I was like, no, don't touch me.
I honestly had no idea. He tried to put me, like when we were walking on the street, on the opposite side
All day, yeah.
all day. I was freaking clueless. So I think that's the whole story. I'm gonna chat a little bit about our wedding plans.
Okay.
But thank you for proposing and I guess, and for filming with me. He's gonna be more on the vlog now that he's a fiance and not only boyfriend. So we're planning on getting the ring fixed. In the meantime, since I really want to use it, I'm gonna put it in the middle finger and probably lock it with my love ring, like this. This way it doesn't fall. I was so scared of losing it in Paris, so I was like wearing it like this most of the time. So on the vlog, you're probably gonna see that I was doing this. So you're gonna see an extra band right here, which was a ring. This is something that I dreamed of happening for so many years, so I wanted to be like ready to receive any type of online feedback, because I know that people are not always gonna be the nicest. So I just wanted to like prepare myself for that. I'm stunned with how beautiful the ring is and how much thought went into it from everyone in Paulo's family and like Paulo himself. Like the fact that he knew that I was not going to want white gold, the fact that he knew that I wanted an oval ring, and it was perfect. I wouldn't have changed anything. So by the time that I'm filming this video, it's been 2 weeks since we got engaged. I don't know when I'm gonna post this, but so far we of course don't have any wedding plans. I think we want to like enjoy being engaged for a little bit, and then we can start wedding planning. But I already know that it's gonna be something really small. I don't want to invite many people. I always knew that if I was going to get married, I wanted like every single person that is sitting there and I'm looking at them, that they make me happy, that I feel comfortable with them, and then they bring positive things into my life. So yeah, I'm gonna be the type of person that I'm just gonna invite a few friends and a few of my family members. That's pretty much it. Paulo's side is gonna have probably more people than mine. I don't think the wedding is going to be soon. I'm thinking probably 2024 spring, because of the weather. Not too hot but not too cold. I already have an idea of what I want for the venue and for the dress. I have this plan for the wedding bands. So I want to like keep the idea that Polo started, and since he used the coins that his grandma gave him for my ring, I have some pieces that my grandma left me and I want to use them for the wedding bands. And I also have an old ring that doesn't really fit me, but it has diamonds, so I want to use it for my wedding band and for Polo's wedding band. Like repurposing pieces that have sentimental value seems nice. And as for now, like we don't know where. Like I would love to get married at, like in a sailboat in Greece, something like that. But also Italy has always been like important for me. Like it's the most amazing trip that we had together. And well, I grew up looking at movies of a lot of weddings in Italy, so Spain is also an option, South of France too. I think it's gonna come down at the end of the day to the venue that we find. I'm very specific with what we want. I have a Pinterest board for my dream wedding since 2018, so I think this is it. I don't know what else to say. I'm probably gonna share a lot about the process of if we have like an engagement, you know, just a nice trip, probably during the spring this year, the wedding planning process and everything. I can't believe that I'm gonna get married, and I know that not much is gonna change for us since we have been living together for so long, but like for me, like in my heart, it just feels different. So I think I'm gonna leave the video here. It's crazy to think like when I filmed the vision board for this year, I said that I didn't have like any big plan coming ahead because I already moved. Like everything big that I had like meaning to achieve, that I felt like I had no big purpose on 2023. Well, now he just gave me one, and I know that he's a little bit shy with the camera, but it was very hard for me to convince him to come and like tell the story. His main language is not English, same as me, but less for him. Like he doesn't practice it as much as I do, so please be kind if he made any mistakes or anything. But yeah, this was it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna be posting a few pictures of the trip, like now properly being engaged and everything. But I hope that you have a wonderful weekend or week. I don't know when this video is gonna be posted, but yeah. Thank you and see you on the next one. Bye.
Inside my room